Hello students, today we shall continue the Unit 2, the First War of Independence 1857. I am sure you would have studied the political causes. Today we shall see how the socio-religious causes led to the war. We shall categorize them into two categories such as the changes made in society and the changes made in religion. The first one, interference with social custom. The second one, apprehension about modern innovation. The third one, policy of racial discrimination. The fourth one, activities of the missionaries. The fifth, taxing religious places. And the sixth, law of property. The British government's attempt to interfere in social and religious life of the Indians led to widespread fear among the masses. Some of the social reforms introduced by the British in India were aimed at improving the conditions of the people. However, this was misunderstood by the Indians. For example, the abolition of sati in the year 1829 by Lord William Bentinck and the introduction of Widow Remarriage Act in the year 1856, the Indians were aggravated by this act which was passed by the British. Added to this, the opening of Western education to girls were not welcomed by the masses. The next cause, under the socio-religious causes, apprehension about modern innovations. The introduction of modern innovations such as railways and telegraph was misunderstood by the people. There were rumors that the telegraph poles were erected to hang people who were against the British rule. Similarly, the Orthodox Indians noted with disdain that in railway compartments the Brahmins and the untouchables were made to sit side by side. They believed that the British introduced such practices to defy their caste and religion. The third, the policy of racial discrimination. The British officers were rude and arrogant. The Britishers considered themselves superior and dubbed the Muslims as cruel and unfaithful. The Indians were unjustly treated by the British. They also insulted them and called them by several names such as niggers, swines, and heathens. The next cause, corruption in administration and oppression towards the poor. The rich got away doing a lot of crime, but the poor were looted, tortured, oppressed, flogged, and even imprisoned. They always led a poverty life. Ultimately, they joined in the Great Uprising. The next one, activities of missionaries and Western education. The British missionaries started off English school in India. The Indian youth were totally attracted towards these, and thus they made themselves as full-fledged Englishmen. This very much hurt the sentiments of the Pandits and Maulvis. They only thought it was an attempt to convert their children to Christianity. The next cause under the socio-religious causes is taxes on religious places. Religious sentiments were also hurt by the official policy of taxing lands belonging to temples and mosques or belonging to the priest and charitable institutions. Such lands had been exempted from taxation by previous Indian rulers. The families dependent on these lands began to propagate that the British were trying to undermine the religions of India. The last reason, law of property. The Religious Disabilities Act of 1850 changed the Hindu law of property. It only said that a convert only could enjoy his ancestral property. The Hindus regarded this as an incentive to give up one's religious faith. I'm sure, students, you would have understood the socio-religious causes.